राकेश शर्मा। ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है आपको?
ये मैं बगैर किसी झिझक के कह सकता हूँ कि सारे जहां से अच्छा।
In 2014, India launched 104 satellites to space on a single rocket flight. It shocked the entire world, including the US and China. But wait, India, a third world country, a developing nation. Is it justified that India is investing so much in space technology? Let's talk about the history of ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, before discussing its justification. On July 1969, NASA scientists Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped on this lunar surface. 8 years earlier, in 1961, our neighbor Pakistan had set up a space organization called SuperCo. There was one legendary Indian scientist, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, who dreamed of gifting India with a space organization. After years of convincing Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he was able to set up INCOSPAR, which later became ISRO. But at that time, it had no money, no equipment, no labs, no launch pads, no satellites, and not even a single rocket. This is a great nostalgic picture. The man working on the right hand side was our President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We had no money for even a truck, so rocket parts were carried like this, on cycles and bullock carts, to a place behind an old church from where it was launched and India's space history began. We don't share same history with NASA and Russian space agency Roscosmos. They might have not existed without the Cold War and the space race, but we started our journey just to investigate and increase our knowledge. After being set up on 15th August 1969, ISRO has achieved tremendous development in space technology. India's first rocket capable of carrying a satellite to space was designed by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. ISRO has been able to make the world's most reliable rocket, the PSLV, which broke the record of launching the highest number of satellites in spaceflight after Russia. And this was the reaction
into space. I was shocked the other day to read that the nation of India, on one rocket launch, deposited more than 100 satellites in space.
Does this statement don't fill the heart of every Indian with pride? If you search on Google that which country first discovered water on moon, it says India. ISRO has been suffering from dirty politics for decades, which we shall discuss in some other future video. Even after that, on every small failure, it had to deal with cartoons such as this. A man wearing dhoti standing with a cow outside the elite space club controlled by USA, China, Russia and
नासा के सामने भीख मांगने से पहले ये सोचिए, ये मिस्टर भारत जो मैन के साथ स्पेस क्लब के बाहर खड़ा है, इसे अंदर कैसे
To make the man enter the space club, India has been 10% successful in missions like Chandrayaan-1 and Mangalyaan. Mangalyaa's budget was around 400 crore rupees, whereas NASA's Maven mission to Mars is 5,121 crore rupees, though both of them achieved similar success. This made India's ISRO famous for achieving success on very low budgets. If every Indian contributes ₹5, then it would exceed Mangalyaan's budget very well. The budget of Chandrayaan-2 was 970 crore rupees. It would be less if every Indian contributes ₹10. It is very unfortunate that critics criticize on building 49-meter tall GSLV rocket for just 350 crore rupees rather than criticizing on building 221 meters tall statue of Sri Ramchandra. India government invests less than 0.5% of its GDP to space industry. ISRO's annual budget is negligible when compared to NASA and other foreign space organizations. An unique and interesting fact about ISRO is that it is the only space organization in the world that has never run on losses. Revenue generated by ISRO on launching foreign satellites is more than rupees 1,245 crore. Launching satellites to space has many advantages for a country. Telephones would not be able to communicate over long distances without satellites, nor internet, GPS would work without them. Indian government used satellite communication to broadcast educational programs in villages for the first time. We had to rely only on foreign weather forecasting services if ISRO would not have been there. It had launched many weather satellites and weather balloons since its birth. It has launched Earth observation satellites for searching new barren and fertile lands for agriculture, disaster management and population management. India also possesses spy satellites to help the Indian Army, Air Force and Navy. For example, the Indian Army used either Cartosat-2 or Risat-1 of ISRO for surgical strike in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in 2016. We have so powerful spy satellites that it is able to read the time of your wristwatch from images captured from space. Now I come to the benefits of space exploration. Many people find space exploration for countries like India to be worthless. But we know that exploration is enrooted in the blood of humanity, and we, the Indians, who were once the most advanced civilization in the world, cannot avoid space explorations to Moon and Mars. Moreover, expansion of knowledge does not need any reason. Dr. Kalam once said that Earth, Moon and Mars will one day become a joint colony for humans. Then why should India be behind this development? Chandrayaan-2 has been a partial failure, but ISRO is working parallelly at Gaganyaan and Chandrayaan-3 for sending Indians to space and the rover to the lunar surface for the first time, respectively. On doing this, India would become the fourth country in the world to do so. These scientific missions also increases the soft power of our country to have an international influence. They inspire our children, the future generation of India, to ignite their minds in scientific aspects. The last thing that I want to tell is that one would never understand the true worth of planetary explorations of India if tears don't fill their eyes on imagining Tiranga on lunar and Martian surface. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan and Jai Vigyan.